if you've been following my social media stuff on Facebook and Twitter, you'll know that I'm often talking about and promoting Spotify. So Spotify is an amazing resource of music, and I pay the subscription, and one of the big things about Spotify is that it's so rich in terms of the amount of tracks and music on there that it's actually quite hard to navigate around it. There is a search that you can use, and you can search for stuff that you know. There is a discover section which actually works pretty effectively, but you need to make sure that you're listening to the kind of music that you'd be interested in, because basically if you start listening to random tunes, I think the algorithm starts spotting that and then sending you your kind of recommendations off on a tangent. So you can see some stuff here that I've got to say is pretty well picked in terms of the artists that are being represented here. So you can see I've been following Slacker the Beat Child. This is something else I might be interested in. George Duke, Earl Clues being recommended. I like Floetry and Slacker the Beat Child. Also check out Eric Robertson, who's also known as Arrow. And these are great recommendations. I'm not so sure about the Robbie Williams. What tends to happen is that as you move down the page on Discover, it becomes less accurate. But this is all good stuff, and it shows what I've been doing, what I've been listening to, and that's really good because it encourages other people who are my friends on Facebook to then maybe check out some music. So I think it's a great platform for kind of spreading the word about music and promoting music. And the great thing about it, of course, is you can set up your own playlists, and these are almost like doing cassette tapes and send them to your friends, mixtapes and stuff like that from back in the day. So you can pick out your favorite tunes, put them in a playlist and send them off to someone. And you can see, if we go down here on the left hand side, the playlist, I've got a whole bunch here. So there's stuff that I've put together. There is I've been collecting together the Robert Glasper albums. I'm a massive fan. So the Jazz Trio albums of his, as well as the Black Radio stuff. But things like this, look, here is like an 80s hip hop playlist. There is 80s electro funk. I've got some stuff here. Where are we? This is like my all-time favorite track list, and I've made this available for people. I've pushed it out on social media so people can listen to it and see what's going on with that. So it's an amazing way to gather music and listen to it. And of course, if you've got the full monthly subscription, you can take it out and about on the mobile app. But I didn't want to sort of dwell on all this stuff. Everybody knows this. I wanted to show you the apps, because there is basically the architecture of the Spotify desktop application allows you to, if you're a developer, to code and to create an application that sits within Spotify. And this is amazing. It's kind of becoming common knowledge. I'm a bit of a jazz fan, so Bluenote is a legendary label. And their application is something special. And basically what it does is that it gathers together all the Bluenote content and puts it into a timeline. At the moment my web speed is a little bit slow. I'll come back to this in a minute. But you've got sections along the top, and this is going through the different artists that are available on Bluenote. A kind of a historic background primer in terms of who Bluenote are. This is really interesting. So the Blue Breakbeat section. Now what this is that they've teamed up with Who Sampled, and that's a website and application that basically shows you the tunes that were sampled to create another tune. So you can see here this fantastic list of Bluenote tracks that have been sampled and put into tunes, used by a lot of hip-hop producers, that's for sure. You have a look over here, Donald Byrd, Think Twice, and you see where it ended up. And it's great because you can play it. That's such a classic. Some of you sample spotters will have known this anyway, and then it gives you the context of it over here. You see they've changed the pitch there, transposed it. So this is such a wicked application. So it's going through here, so you can learn whilst discovering stuff. And when you find the track, it's very easy. I mean, this track here, Mystic Brew, is amazing. I seem to remember Mystic Bounce, I think it was Madlib, almost like a reversion of this, almost like a remix, really. Amazing tune. So when you find something that you like, all you do is you just come down here and you can send it to your friends. That's a great thing to do, let people know you've discovered it. But equally what you can do is you can right click on it, and then you can say here, add to, and you can put it into a playlist, or you can star it as well. So it's a great way to discover music, and there's so much good stuff on here. Such a great application. obligato. There we go. And it jumps actually to the time where the sample is taken, and then takes you to the track. Yeah, you can hear that. It's a very common trick, you know, just to shift the pitch a bit, but of course it's easy to tell where the sample came from. There's so much good stuff here anyway. So look, hopefully that timeline would have loaded. So if we go back to the home, yeah, you can see it here. We can drag this. Seems to be a little bit of a visual glitch here. I wonder if that's because I've gone full screen. I think the engine has got a little bit confused. I've got a funny feeling that I put the full screen on the actual player application in the middle of this loading, so I think it's got confused. Let me just see. Digster, for example, yeah, this is another great thing. This is like tons of playlists that people are putting together, and playlists effectively are like compilation albums, you know. So you can see here different moods. My web is slow today, that's for sure. I've got a funny thing, and that's the reason why things are playing up. Usually this has that cover flow kind of vibe. You can see it right across the screen. So you can set an era, and there's tons here, of course. Maybe the 80s, not necessarily the best time for Blue Note. 70s, some really good golden kind of era music here. Depends what you're into, of course. Tons of good stuff. The album covers were fantastic as well, you know, the artwork. That's another thing that's great about this application. It really pushes the kind of visual approach. Here we go. This is how it's supposed to be. So you know, Spotify, it's one of these things where some people are kind of getting used to it. They're not really into the idea of the digital kind of storage of music in the cloud, effectively, because that's what it is. You know, it's literally streaming it down. But I've been using this for a long time now, and I don't actually physically buy music anymore. You know, I'm very happy to pay the subscription, and I know rights holders and labels and artists are feeling that Spotify is not a particularly good deal. But the bottom line is that Spotify came about because so many people were file sharing. There was so much in terms of you know, people downloading music illegally, and in a way we went past the point of no return. You know, we couldn't sort of be charging a lot of money for music anymore. So this is a great, more contemporary approach. And you know, I do believe that the more people that sign up for Spotify and pay for it, the more it's going to come back to the artists and labels eventually, you know, in terms of the distribution of money. And you know, I'm really keeping my fingers crossed and putting a lot of faith in this. And you know, I think it's a fantastic service. So the Bluenote app is one of many applications. There's a whole load on here. If you want to discover new music, like the Hype Machine, this is picking stuff from the blogs. This is my jam. You know, you probably know about this. It's a service where people can just put out tracks that they're into. There's a whole list of stuff here. Twitter Music. I wouldn't say it was particularly a big success, but they brought in the We Are Hunted guys to set this one up, and they were quite well known for picking out good music online. So, you know, it's amazing. There's a big list of applications that you can download, but you know, really getting into this Bluenote one here. It's a fantastic way to organize stuff, and you know, when you discover something, just go and stick it in a playlist or star it. You know, return to the list for later. But yeah, I'm a big advocate of Spotify. So, you know, you can check out the free products, and you know, you get ads and stuff like that. They're a little bit annoying. So, you know, I'd encourage you. It's only like, it's $9.99 a month, and that's nothing really, you know, considering the amount of money that some people spend on music. And like I said, the more people that get into this, the more people that pay, the better it's going to be for the business. You know, really, that's what's going to happen. So I've got a lot of faith in it. Okay, so literally just dive in there, have a look, and let me know how you get on with it. And even if you disapprove of the whole concept, if you're very much based on that whole physical, we still need to hold on to those physical products and sell things, just let me know. I'm really interested to hear from you.